Caleb, I think there's a Charlie nearby.
There's Charlie.
Call him to napalm.
Charlie's everywhere.
Call me.
Hit the
Call
napalm.
it.
Charlie's everywhere.
Get down. Caleb.
Well, I think we won the war.
This looks like we won, right?
Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Fisher! Well, that was easy.
It was easy.
Very,
Because of the napalm.
but
Whoops.
much easier than a certain video game known as
Yes.
Rising Storm 2.
Vietnam. Because this is a kind of surprising new game that we didn't get on the Epic Store game store yet.
It's a very different
the genre,
type of game.
because this is a first-person shooter, but realistic, like military one.
And
This is not another Call of Duty.
And it's
Even though
only
it looks like
multiplayer.
it.
There is no single player material except for
Yes.
like very basic training that you see behind us. And it's going to be free to claim and keep forever from October, what is today? October 8th to October 15th.
So you got 1 week to claim it.
2020.
Yes.
And if you missed it, you might have to pay for it. But we're going to talk about, is it worth it for your time, not for your money, because you can claim it for free now.
Well, Caleb, I think this game is really hardcore, and let me explain to others that because this is a multiplayer, the maps are really huge, and I think at first there was like close to 60 people at one map, but now there's 136 people max. So this really feels like a war, because if so many people go against each other, it's really like, especially because this game is hardcore, so one shot to your head means end, like one shot to your arm needs like disability, and so on. So
it is brutally realistic. And if you're used to like Call of Duty, where you can take dozens of bullets and keep running, no, this is not that. You have to be prepared to die a lot.
And even though there are helicopters behind us, that's the only vehicles you can control. Even though there are some jeeps and tanks, you cannot use them.
This is unfortunate.
Unfortunate,
but it's true.
But still, this is very exceptional game. I think this was not the professional makers made the first game, because it was like at first it was mode to some other game, and then it looked so professional, so they made the standalone game.
And quite a few different maps and very different environments. You have some that are completely in the city, in the forest, in the rice fields, like in ancient ruins, hills, like lots of different environments.
And you can crouch and lay on the ground too, and you can like lay on the other side. It's really as realistic as it can be.
And I have to say, maybe this should be part of, should you play it, but not yet.
Yeah.
It's for such a hard game, it has a pretty easy learning curve in the beginning. It's easy to jump into it.
It's easy to jump into it
and die.
I died a lot.
Oh yeah. But I think even if you're an expert, like you're still going to die like often.
I am not an expert in this game.
I don't think anyone can play this game like Rambo and expect to like.
You can try, but yeah.
Yeah, it's maybe if you're a sniper and you're never like close to the combat. But what I mean is that a lot of games like this feel very difficult to get into. Like I tried PUBG recently. It was free on PlayStation Plus, and I'd wanted to try it for a long time. And of course, the experience is everyone's better than me. I spend 10 minutes waiting for a match and I die in 5 minutes. This is a bit different because the controls are quite easy.
And you can respawn in this game.
And
it's
you keep respawning.
Yeah.
That's it. You keep respawning, which is
pretty fast.
Takes away from the realism a little bit because you just get reincarnated. Yeah. I feel like that takes away from the strongest point of the game, but we'll come to that later. But you're right, it makes it more entertaining.
But it is a teamwork, because if one team dies like too many, it's the end. Yeah. They lost. And this game really feels like if there would be like a group of your friends, like 10, 20, you could really be like a professional army team.
Working together and you've got the mics and you're coordinating. Lots of maps, lots of very realistic weapons, lots of different troop types, lots of different play modes.
Lots of death.
And a lot of death.
So the question is,
should you play it? That's the question.
Or not? You start.
Okay. This was more fun than I expected.
Okay.
Often these types of games kind of annoy me, and I have to say there's a lot of things about this game also that annoyed me.
Which is?
So many things, Mikhail. Actually, so many things. There is so much to love about this game, but so many things annoyed me. You die a lot. I don't like. I'm old actually, so I don't like having other players talking in my ear, like, of just like it breaks the immersion. It breaks the immersion for me. Yeah, but you also should try to. The animations suck. The jumping is bad. When you see other people jump, it looks like they're kind of like floating over things.
Let's say the visual at some places is beautiful. At other places, it looks like an old game. Well, it is an older game.
It is an old game. I would say it's not that old, but it's not AAA quality graphics. And being multiplayer, you see what it looks like.
But you know, some maps and like some like sceneries are really beautiful.
It's beautiful, but the graphics are not like HD, 8K, whatever the kids are doing these. Like, so a lot of things like this, but and I could think of probably 10 different reasons to say no. However,
what you have 11 reasons to say yes?
No, I have one big reason to say yes, and that is something I've said before, that I think one of the strongest things about video games is...
It's free.
Well, yes, but doesn't mean it's worth your time. That's what we do here, Mikhail. Try to keep up. Video games can make you experience and feel things that you could not experience any other way except by going to war, and we don't want to do that because this game shows us that war is hell. And I feel like if you want to experience the real hell of what fighting in Vietnam must have been like...
Why would you?
Because you can have that experience without actually dying.
If you want to have it like simulate what it could be like.
It feels like that, and it's engaging, and it was almost emotional for me. And I've been to Vietnam, and it brought back...
Oh, you mean
not
to the war.
The country.
To the country.
In peacetime. Okay. I'm not that old. And some of the scenery she brought back, like my visit to Vietnam to me. Yeah. All of that said, I think you can put all the flaws and the wrinkles and the imperfections away. Yes, it's worth trying for the experience that it offers.
Okay.
Sorry.
Actually, right behind us, that's what I like the best, when there's a whole army starting and you're just going to the other front because there's just one other team. And this really feels like an army game. The only thing I would like to be improved in this game, except maybe have other vehicles than helicopters, is actually having the kill cam, which means if you die, you never know where from, what did you do wrong, because you might just respawn and die immediately, and you don't know what you did wrong. So the kill cam would really be useful, but it's not there. But everything,
it could be in the future.
It could be. Everything else what there is great, because of that I say yes. And I don't know if you noticed, and I don't know if this is lag, if there's too many people in the battlefield. I think this is on purpose, but it's got slow motion
suppression. If you come under fire, if someone is shooting at you nearby, your vision goes blurry because you get disoriented by the gunshots, and the adrenaline actually affects your experience of the game, which is brilliant.
But it affects the whole battlefield. Everyone was suddenly slow motion
for you, but only
for everyone.
I think that's how you saw. Maybe that's
lag. Not possible. It must be because otherwise everyone would shoot you right away. I think it's slow motion. Only very end.
That must have been lag, because when you're being shot at, there's something called suppression, and the vision gets blurry and you get a little bit disorientated, which I find to be a brilliant representation of, again, the experience of how difficult war is.
I think we can agree about, because it's so realistic, it's so different than Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, and because of that, it's worth your experience if you are up to it.
And it's hardcore, but it's hardcore for everyone. It doesn't feel unfair like some of these games where you have to be a pro. And because the kills are so quick, even in my first couple of hours, I was able to kill enemy soldiers like quite a few times, just because if you get them in your sights, it's done. Same for you. That's why you die a lot. But I found it to feel less frustrating than some of these games that feel impossible to get into.
Yeah. I think we explained it well. If you still don't feel like you should play it, it's fine, but you should still claim it while it's free. And don't forget to check out our friend if you want even more games. Because there's a low budget gaming.
You changed the layers again. I can't push the subscribe button.
You have to go over and
there.
Still
Anyway,
Anyways,
ding.
Do check him out.
And speaking of our members, because we just got a new member.
We just got a new
who
member.
will not be on this thank you list now because he just joined. Thank you very much. But we would like to thank our wonderful members. Consider becoming a member. You get cool emojis and some other perks.
Yes.
And with that, make sure to like and share this video. Let us know what you think. We thank you for watching.
And don't forget to watch our review on Abzu, because that's the second game that it's coming now.
Also free this week, but we have reviewed it before, like a year ago, so just search for that on our channel. And any of the other games that were free on the Epic Games Store, we have reviews for them, and a lot more besides. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. We will see you in our next video.
Bye!
Why?